Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today's video is probably going to be a little bit of a messy one, but this is basically me just going to discuss and talk about Storey again, William Storey, talking, if that makes sense. So basically I did make a video a few days ago, or about a week ago now, discussing William Storey, as he did register his interest in purchasing the club. Whether that was true or not still remains to be seen. So I did a bit of a background check on him, a bit of light research, which of course shown up that he has an incredibly colourful past. So in this video, I'm not going to go about his past and keep digging that up, because we've done that. I'm not doing that. But basically, he is being incredibly talkative, incredibly vocal about his interest in the club, and I'm going to express my concerns as to why this should be a concern. Now, first and foremost, the man has an NDA. Apparently, he claims to have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which essentially means you can't talk about the business that you're dealing with until it's finalised. And he's done everything but be quiet. He has spoke and spoke and spoke, which, you know, is that a completely, you know, a bad thing entirely? Maybe not, but considering the way he's going around it, it comes across incredibly dodgy, particularly for the person that he is and the person that we've kind of learnt that he has been in the past. So, first and foremost, he posted a picture on Twitter with him standing and posing in front of the Stadium Light with a retro Sunderland shirt on. Nice shirt, of course. But the tweet did just randomly say, having a great day in Sunderland, hashtag SFC, hashtag Roker Raw, hashtag football. Now, again, it is just a random picture. He just wants to get a bit of attention, in my opinion. Now, before I do continue, I may as well just say this bit now. I was going to leave it to the end. But basically, if I'm wrong about this, then fair enough. I'll hold my hands up. Whenever I've been wrong in the past, I've always held my hands up. You know, at first I was Stuart Donald in for a long time. I completely held my hands up when I realised I was wrong. I'm not someone who's going to keep on driving my point forward when I know that I'm wrong. But as of right now, I have extreme concerns about this guy. So if he is to eventually take over the club, which I personally don't think he will, but if he is, of course, I want him to prove me wrong, because at the end of the day, we're all fans, and we're all trying to push for the same cause, and that is for the benefit in the future, pushing forward for this football club. And all I'm doing here is expressing a concern, because I love this club very much, I hold it very dearly to me, and I'm incredibly scared for its future if this man is to take charge. And we'll just go forward and have a look at some of his tweets that he's made and what I think of them, essentially. So, of course, he's posted that first one that I've just shown you. And for me, the hashtags were incredibly cringy within themselves. But what he is doing, and I think because us Sunderland fans, we are so in desperate need, and I posted a similar tweet the other day, I think we're so in desperate need of something. We need something to cling on to, and that is entirely understandable. But for me, Storey isn't it. He is not it. For me, what he is doing here, and it's so blatantly obvious, or at least it looks blatantly obvious, it's not even vague anymore. For me, Storey is just going for a massive PR stunt. Because if you notice, half the pictures he's posting up, he's holding his rich energy drink that no one's ever frigging heard of, that knockoff Red Bull or whatever the hell it is, and you can only get hold of it in the frigging black market, do you know what I mean? No one's heard of it. You won't pop down Tesco and grab a can of rich energy, but he's holding it up in every picture, in every tweet. He's posting just something really cheesy about the Stadium Light. He's grabbing your attention. It's business strategies that he's using to try and gain fans of the club to get on side. He'll post a picture of the Stadium Light, which of course everyone likes Stadium Light. I love the Stadium Light, but then the quote that'll go with it, or the caption that'll go with it, or he might have a chat about his energy drink, or he might have he might just say something really cheesy about how magnificent he thinks the club is, and he has no affiliation with the club. Why would he? And I don't expect him to. But I just see it. I feel like I'm looking straight through him, and I can see straight through him. It is literally just grade A bullshit, in my opinion. Because if you look, fair play to him. He's done a brilliant job. If this is just all one big PR stunt, he's done a frigging great job, because he's gained, or he's nearly tripled the amount of followers he had before he started talking about Sunderland. He had about 2,000 before, and he's looking at nigh on 6,000 by the time I'm recording this. People are actually interested in this rich energy drink. I've actually seen Sunderland fans try to show support to this man by purchasing crates of his frigging energy drink from Amazon. which it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you are a fan of the guy somehow, you know, everyone has an opinion, like I've said, then fair enough. But it is completely. I feel like I can't speak as if it's facts. Of course I can't. But I just want to be proved right now, because I feel like he's playing Sunderland fans, playing vulnerable Sunderland fans who are vulnerable, absolutely vulnerable, because we're desperate and crying out for something now. And he's come and he's basically said almost identical words to what Stuart Donald did before he came to the club, or when he just did come to the club, should I say. And people are eating it up. They're eating it up. They're slagging Stuart, yet he's doing and saying the exact same words that Stuart did. He's promising you the world. And then when I, on Twitter, oppose this guy, because fans are slowly starting to be in favour of this man. When I oppose him, I'm getting people saying to me, "Oh, so you want Stuart Donald then? So you prefer Stuart Donald?" That isn't the point. No, of course not. Stuart Donald and William Storey are the only two people in the world. And forgive me if I'm being picky, that I don't want either a charlatan in Stuart Donald or a crazy bastard in William Storey in charge of my club. I just want a normal owner. That's all I want. Someone who has a bit of care for the club, maybe knows a bit of football, and of course has financial backing. But this guy just screams dodgy as hell. He's got a colourful past, which again I'm not going to dig up, but he does have a colourful past, and you can't ignore that. But I just feel like a lot of us are being brainwashed. I'm refusing to be until I see some kind of proof that any of the shit that he's coming out with it is real. Because he's gone on to on the radio. He went on the radio the other day. Once he caught everyone's attention online that he was in Sunderland. The radio got in touch with him, basically, do you want to come on, explain stuff, which for me, that's more free PR for him. He's absolutely smashing it. He said that he's got 4 different backers with him, 2 of them being incredibly experienced in sports, another 2 in business in general, but he said that basically all 4 of them are some of the biggest names in Europe, which again, we're being promised the world here. So at this point, the people who were maybe a little bit edgy on him, but weren't as sort of cut and dry no like I was, have moved over into the Storey camp, which it's worrying me. It's genuinely worrying me, this. And they've gone it over into the Storey camp, and now on Twitter there's this battle. There's this big battle between who wants William Storey in and who doesn't want William Storey. And there's a massive divide within the fans. It's been created by this prick, in my opinion, who literally just wants a bit of PR. So anyway, moving forward, a day or 2 later, the local press have spoke to a source, an unnamed source, mind you, so I can't clarify it's 100% true or whatever. But usually, you know, the local press, they don't lie when they have been in touch with the club. And it's particularly recently, the local press around the North East, or Sunderland, should I say, they've actually been really on the side of the fans and trying to do the fans justice, which I do appreciate. So I can't imagine them just lying for no reason. But basically, they've spoke to an unnamed source within the club, and they have basically said that he doesn't have a chance. Storey doesn't have a chance. There isn't a reputable bid that's taken place from him, and basically called him out and said that there's no chance for him. And we're still in a period of exclusivity with someone else, and that's pretty much what they said. And then William Storey's came out and bit back at that, basically saying that the local press have duds as sources, in his words anyway, and that it's a load of rubbish, and that he feels like over the next week he's going to be really stepping up negotiations with the club and stuff like that. So, you know, for me, he just sounds like an incredibly deluded man that is taking Sunderland fans for a ride. And that's it, in my opinion. He did post, I think one of his last Sunderland posts were this: I am hopeful of significant developments this week. I am leaving no stone unturned in my efforts to buy this magnificent football club. I am delighted with the support shown by my partners, and I'd also like to thank the many fans who have been immensely friendly. Now, I thought, mate, I just call bullshit. I just absolutely call bullshit. He really is just buttering us up as much as humanly possible. And, you know, if I'm wrong, then whatever. I'm wrong. I'll hold my hands up and I'll apologise to the guy. But as of right now, it seems like a massive PR stunt. And for me, you know, this is obviously a big dodgy theory, and it probably is a little bit far-fetched. But for me, isn't it funny that the second Stuart Donald said that he's going into this period of exclusivity with a buyer, it really pulled the fans off Stuart Donald's back, because it looked like there was some progression being made. So everyone went off Donald's back, and then out of nowhere, literally 24 hours, 48 hours later, William Storey appears. This crazy man with a colourful past, he pops up out of nowhere. So is that simply, again, I could be wrong. I could be thinking far too into this. But this crazy man of Page with a colourful past, and he probably thought, oh, that's going to scare the Sunderland fans. They're going to love me again. I'm going to send the fans straight back into Stuart Donald's arms, and everything will be cushy again, because Sunderland fans have now noticed that it might not be greener. Life might not be greener on the other side. Do you know what I mean? But obviously that's a bit far-fetched, like I say, but I wouldn't put it past them, because they're all just a big dodgy bunch, a lot of them. So, yeah, my opinion is that William Storey is just as crazy as ever. I don't believe a word he says. He's flashing his energy drinks around like there's no tomorrow. Sunderland fans are buying his energy drinks. He's gaining momentum on Twitter, on social media. He's getting more of a reputation. And again, people have said to me, well, why Sunderland? If this was the case, if it was just a big PR stunt, why didn't he do it for the bigger clubs? Why didn't he do it for Man United or the Cities or someone like that, someone massive? It's because we are currently in a position where we're in desperate need of an owner. And we're an incredibly vulnerable fan base right now. Incredibly. So we are easy pickings, and I feel like he's absolutely taking our fans for a ride, and I refuse to be a part of that. I did say on Twitter a few days ago, once I did make my initial thoughts known about William Storey, because I got a little bit of a backlash. We're very 50-50. Quite a lot of people agreed with me. A lot of people were already on the bandwagon of Storey and were giving me shit. So I said I'm not commenting on it anymore on social media, and I'm not going to on Twitter, because it's just becoming a toxic atmosphere between the fans a little bit for me. I know some people just take it as a bit of a joke. Of course they do. Like the whole rich energy stuff, they have a laugh with it, they make memes about it, like whatever. Do your own thing. But for me, I'm just very concerned about the football club, and I won't be mentioning or speaking about it until there is more facts over social media. But as of right now, I just find the man incredibly shady, and I'm not buying into his shit, and I certainly will not be buying his dodgy friggin' energy drink either. But I'd love to hear what you guys know in the comments down below. If you are Storey in, or if you want to call it that, because he's not even in already yet, but if you are Storey in, then let me know why. I know a lot of people said give him a chance, but what we need right now is an owner, not a risk or a ticking time bomb, which I believe that fits his definition perfectly. But again, let me know down below. If you are Storey in, why? If you're Storey out, or just not Storey in at all, why? It's really difficult to explain, because he's not even here yet and he's causing so much shit. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already, to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.